Pete, it's there, Division 2 champions. What were your emotions as that final wicket fell earlier on?
It's always, every time you win a trophy, it's a special moment, and there's a mixture of relief, and I think you feel proud of the way the lads have played, but also the credit to some of the support staff and how they've gone about it. So it's a reward for everybody. It felt really nice actually, because I think when we walked down the steps to have all the members and all the supporters here in front of the pavilion, sun shone. It felt like a fitting end to what's been a really good campaign.
And did it feel a fitting end for Liam Patterson-White to be the man at the end as well?
Well, it's nice to see in some ways one of our own youngsters come in and who's come through doing so well. It's been a game that's shown a lot about what we're trying to do here really, which is bring lads through. You know, Matthew Montgomery getting a big score first innings, Lyndon James, but also mixing that with our senior players, getting a chance to get better. And also there's people we've obviously brought from the outside. People like Ben Duckett, who's not here today, is somebody we'll miss because he's had a fantastic season. So, but yeah, special day because we played our style of cricket. We had a tough week last week at Worcester, credit to the way they played. But nice to play so well over the last 4 days really, especially in front of our own fans.
You've been fortunate enough to be involved in many domestic title wins. How does this compare considering the journey that the club's been on in the last 3 years or so?
They all feel special in their own ways. This feels really special because you're right. What we've been through, really, a lot of pain back in 19 when we were a new team. A lot of young players trying to find their feet and struggling. And I think credit to everybody. Everybody stuck together. Everybody kept doing their work, and we started to see that start to change a little bit in 2020. It was last year we started to be able to be good enough to get over the line, and this year we played some good cricket. So, yeah, very pleased, and it's a real balance, you know. Watching out there today, see someone like Stuart Broad charging in for the club with a young player like Matthew Montgomery just starting. It's a great message, I think, for what we're about as a club and the way we want to play our cricket.
And how satisfying is it that so many of those players from 2019 and 2020 are still in the squad, in the 11, and have got through to this successful moment?
Well, it'll mean a lot to them. It means a lot to everybody, I think, at the club. But you know, 19 was tough, wasn't it? You know, we went through what was about the toughest year I've had as a coach, I think, really. But I think no one veered away from what we were trying to do, and that started to pay dividends. But yeah, a lot of those lads who started off then and felt like they'd played probably 20 or 30 games and hardly won a game, to now, over the last 2 years, to feel what it likes to win, but actually to feel what it's like to pick up a trophy. That's an important thing to know, because we're going to play in a tough division next year. And we'll feel like we'll be competitive, and we'll want to go into that knowing that we've got a realistic chance of trying to go all the way and win that as well.
And you talked about winning it at home, but was it important to you to win it in such a dominant fashion as well?
Well, the chat before the game was we were really disappointed how we played at Worcester. I think in some ways it was a tough one. We'd had 12 days off before, and it felt a little bit going into that game like the season had nearly finished in some ways, and we didn't get ourselves going. We didn't play well enough, and Worcester played really well. So the talk before the game from the lads and from everybody really was, come on, we have to play our style of cricket. And there's an intensity about how we go about our cricket, I think, that served us really well, that we didn't have at Worcester, that we brought here. And I think that resulted in a really dominant performance over what is a good Durham side who came here in a lot of confidence. So credit to how the lads played. All the way through to the end, really. We wanted to win with a bit of style. Certainly nice. We'd have loved to win last week, but it's nice to do it in front of our own fans. It really is.
Yeah, especially considering the last trophy win for Notts was in 2020, nobody here, and the warm reception that continues when 35, 40 minutes after winning the trophy. How important and how special is that?
Well, it felt really nice, to be fair, when the lads walked down the steps to a cheer and everybody's in front of the pavilion, and a lot of people had made the effort to come out, and I say it felt really nice. It felt like a fitting end, I think, to a lot of hard work that's gone in by everybody, and a lot of supporters here who've been through the thick and the thin of it, really, the goods and the bads. So it's what makes county cricket, really. It what makes it special. You know, people come along and see the good days, the tough days, the cold days, the warm days, and at the end of it, hopefully you get something as a reward, and today was one of those days.